I'm going to grab this poster and stick it up. This is an old one. This 72 corrective shoes here. Now this poster is a little dirty. This thing is older than I am. And when these shoes were made and they looked at them, and underneath it tells what each shoe does. They didn't have video cameras. They couldn't see it in slow motion. They just had to depend on the eye. Now remember, can you imagine building a house without a level? Okay, when you try, your eye can only tell you so much. I built all these shoes and run them on the track. So let's take a look at the more modern track that I use. We use 3 cameras when we're filming this track. It's a dirt track, old Georgia chirp, and it makes a perfect print. And so we can measure the depth, the toe depth. We can measure from heel to toe, toe to heel, and get a general idea of what that shoe is doing and how it's operating. Second, I built what we call the adjustable shoe. It makes about 12 shoes without taking it off the horse. You can see here when we got the shoe, we can add on, we can take parts off of the shoe and never take it off the horse. So we can do egg bars, straight bars, trailers, and so on and so forth. So we've got into things here, gang, where we have DVDs to show you how to make an egg bar shoe work better. And also we tell you what that shoe does when you put it on a horse. Because most of your farriers, it's been around for years, well, it gives a horse support. Hey, gang, the horse got 4 feet, 4 hooves down there, you know. So the thing about it is, it's what it does in motion is what's important and how it affects the foot itself. So we go into depth. Second, we've discovered 3 or 4 ways to make that egg bar shoe do better. So you can get a DVD just on the egg bar and how to make it work better. The trailer, now there's your one. You can see we're adding a trailer. We've discovered 4 different ways to make that trailer work better. Now all the old books, when you pick them up about farrier science, they all tell you it widens a horse up. Well, we've known that for years. When you put it on a cowhock gaited horse, it widens him up. But how it does it, no book tells you. We've discovered what does it, how it does, and we've discovered 4 different ways to make that shoe work better. And there's a DVD you can order. Now remember, those DVDs do cost something. And all the money that we get off of those DVDs goes right back to help pay for the guys to help do the research, their expenses to come down here and so on and so forth. So, now here's a few little things of farrier, and I wanted to kindly show this, gang, because this shows you a normal of the limbs, because a farrier must understand the conformation. Now remember, gang, conformation, you have a conformation. You got people, you got knock-knee, bow-legged, cowhock, toed-in. You got all kinds of conformation in people. Here's the thing. Conformation dictates how the foot will strike the ground. Now, some of the old farriers, they get the idea, and when you ask them, what are you trying to do? Well, I'm trying to get the horse to hit flat. Well, gang, no horse hit flat. They all, the conformation, just like, take a look at your own shoes. And you can see your shoe flares one way. Your conformation is going to dictate how your foot strikes the ground. So you're going to wear out one heel more than the other. You're going to flare one way. So I tell you, let me give you a little tip. Go to the mall, and when you go down, just sit down and get your cup of coffee and watch people walk. You're going to see toed in, toed out, bow-legged, knock-knee. You'll see all kinds of conformation, just like horses. Okay, so when we look at this conformation, the farrier must understand the conformation, everything from sickle hock to base wide, base narrow, toed in, and you can get everything bench knees, and there's a lot of them is just not in. Well, bench knees is on there, bow-legged, so on and so forth. But he must understand that and what that creates in the horse, and he must understand what he shouldn't do. Now listen close, gang. Here's something on the Grammar School of DVD. When you ask the farrier, what are you trying to accomplish when you shoe my horse? Well, most of them's going to say balance. Well, balance, if you watch a DVD, should be up on top of the horse. Down on the bottom, you're trying to get that horse to a special place. And that DVD tells you the answers, tells you what to ask your farrier. And if your farrier don't know those things, you might ought to be looking for another farrier. So I encourage farriers to come to the research center to continue their education, where they can improve and take care of our horses and keep our horses sound. But yet, better yet than that, gang, keep you, the rider, safe. Because every time somebody gets hurt on a horse, and I'll show you that again, the horse is falling. Because here's the thing, and this is something I wanted to show here too, and then I'm going to take a commercial break. Got to take a little commercial break every once in a while, gang. Let's take one look at this, and this is what, about 15 years ago when I shod this horse, this was my horse, it's a base wide horse. We ran him 5 times. We got him into passing gate. A lot of farriers don't even know what passing gate is. But a regular quarter horse, now we're talking about just a quarter horse, not a gated horse, but a quarter horse, you got to get him in full gallop to get in passing gate. And when he does, if you improperly shoe him, we'll go over that in the DVD, then he'll knock that hind leg. 5 times running with this, he failed twice. Remember, it's sort of like you put hobbles, 4 hobbles on a horse. Give him an hour or 2, he'll figure out how you can hop around without falling, okay? Hold him used, pull him in, go by the refrigerator, get yourself a king-size coat. We're going to be right back. Hey gang, I'm Ralph Casey.
And I'm Link Casey.
You know, 15 years of research here at the Research Center. We've got something every horse owner that ever owned a horse or you're going to buy a horse, you definitely need. And here's some of the things you're going to learn, gang, that's important that you should know about the Grammar School of Shoeing and Trimming. You're going to learn what causes stumbling, overreaching, elbow hitting, forging or clicking, crossfiring, scapping, and the most dangerous, speed cutting. And guess what, gang? It's going to show everything that your farrier should know or you should know about your horse, and here it is. It's a DVD free for the asking. Every horse owner can get this, or farrier, or anybody out there. It's free. You can see the number right there on the screen, gang, and we're encouraging you to get it. It's going to be something you're just going to cherish from now on. Thank you.
For those of you who love horses and want to work outdoors and be your own boss, you may want to consider a career as a certified farrier. It's hard work, but very rewarding. One of the most highly recognized schools in the United States is right here in Villanelle, Georgia, owned and operated by Ralph Casey since 1989. The Casey & Son Horseshoeing School has received the Horseshoeing School of the Year award for over 8 years. With Casey as your head instructor, you will receive the most up-to-date training in farrier science that is not available at any other school.
Well, I think our school offers so much more. A kid can come here, I think, and probably in 6 weeks have a real 12-week education. Look at the school and visit, and it's a good idea. And if you can't do that, well, sign up for a 2-week course and come see how you like it.
For those of you who love horses and want to work outdoors and be your own boss, you may want to consider a career as a certified farrier. It's hard work, but very rewarding. One of the most highly recognized schools in the United States is right here in Villanelle, Georgia, owned and operated by Ralph Casey since 1989. The Casey & Son Horseshoeing School has received the Horseshoeing School of the Year award for over 8 years. With Casey as your head instructor, you will receive the most up-to-date training in farrier science that is not available at any other school.